So here it is. So maybe a lot of us got a little bit confused. So let's talk about it. So the first thing we had to do is identify A, B, and C. So I had to choose two numbers that multiply to give you negative 36 and add to negative 5. And that's how I came up with these two numbers here. A has to go here, C has to go here. And then from there, I just took out my greatest common factors. So I'll give you a minute to ask questions. I saw a lot of people not really get too far. What was the hardest part? What was the thing that, was it finding the numbers? Was that the hard part? Figuring out the numbers? Okay. So, and I do like the box method because the only reason I do like it, I mean, it's not one of my favorite methods, is because you can multiply it and you should get what's on the inside if you go back and check it. So this is what I get, 2x minus 3 and 3x plus 2. All right, any questions? Anything you want me to go back and explain? All right, let me show you the bottoms up. Did I show you bottoms up on Friday? Did I show you that method? Maybe that was 7th period. Okay, never mind. They asked to see another way to factor, so that might not have been this class. All right, so now let's look at question E. Any questions about D before I move on? All right, so now let's look at question E. Question E is still a trinomial because there are 3 terms. So this is my A value, this is B, and this is C. I need to find 2 numbers that multiply to 4 and add to negative 5. 2 numbers that multiply to give you 4 and add to negative 5. So what would be those numbers? -1 and -4. Okay, so now that I have my numbers, the only thing to keep in mind is that this is x to the 4th. And what's half of x to the 4th? What's half of 4? 2, x squared. So that means I'm going to start each parentheses with an x squared. And then I'm putting in my -1 and my -4. Because I started with a 4th degree, it's going to go down to a 2nd degree. This can be factored down. This is a pattern. That gives you x plus 1 and x minus 1. This also can factor down because that is a pattern. And that would be x plus 2 and x minus 2. When you solve by setting all 4 of those equal to 0, you get x equals -1, +1, -2, +2. And that would be your 4 answers.
Is it because we just split the x to the 4th?
Yeah, that's why. So we started with the 4th degree, so we had to split that down to x squared and x squared. All right, any questions about those? All right, last 2 factoring questions. So now we're going to talk about 4 terms. If you have 4 terms, I'll give you a minute to copy this down. That's where you're going to use the grouping method. So I think one of the difficult things, there's a lot of things on your first test. I mean, you have like a little bit of everything. But so you're going to have one that's a factor by grouping, and then you'll have one that is like the one we just did, question D. So there's like a whole variety of different questions to factor. So we have 4 terms. See how this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to use the grouping method. Who remembers the grouping method? Who's learned that method?
Ain't that where you like you like make them like you make it in order? Make it like 4, 3, 2, 1. Or is that something else?
4, 3, 2, 1.
No.
Wait, what'd you say?
No, like yeah, never mind.
I wonder what you're talking about now, though. I'm trying to think. Where you go, 4, 3, 2.
Like the powers, right?
Oh yeah, okay, I can see that it does go backwards. So that one does. That's a good way to look at it though, because it goes 3, 2, 1, 0. So I like that. That's another way to know that it's grouping because your powers are going down. So when you do the grouping method, you just look at it 2 groups at a time, 2 terms. So I'm going to look at the red group and then I'm going to look at the blue group separately. So with the group that I have in the red parentheses, only looking at these 2, what is the GCF of those 2 terms? X squared. Yep, we could take out an x squared. So I'm going to take out x squared. And that means I'm really dividing both of these terms by x squared. And that's going to leave me with x plus 1. So we have to figure out, because I need this to become x plus 1. What do I need to divide from those 2 terms, from these 2 terms to make it x plus 1? Negative 1. Good job. So I'm going to divide out the negative 1, and then I'll also have x plus 1. So these 2 have to match. So that would be my first factor. And then my second factor is what I get, was what I took out. So it would be the x squared and the minus 1. Let's go ahead and put that together. Now that factors down to a pattern. All right, so we got 3 factors. Go ahead and set all 3 of those equal to 0. And we get negative 1 twice because we have the same root. These 2 factors are the same. So we actually get negative 1 twice. That's actually called a double root. And we'll talk about what that looks like later. You don't have to write it twice though. All right, any questions? Last one for factoring. Go ahead and copy it down if you haven't already. So what do you think my GCF would be from that red group? X squared. That's the only thing I can take out is x squared. So I'm going to have 3x plus 4 left over. So somebody else, because I'm hearing from the same people. What about somebody on this side of the room? Who can tell me what I need to take out of these? Because I need it to become a positive 3 and a positive 4. Can you remind me of your name? Sachi. Negative 9. Good job. So if I divide both of these by negative 9, then I get the same thing, which is 3x plus 4. So one of my factors is 3x plus 4. And in the other ones, I'm going to put my x squared and my minus 9. And this is the difference of squares, so that factors down again. So go ahead and set all three of these equal to 0. One of your answers will be a fraction and the other two will not. Any questions about the factoring? Also, Mondays, that's the day I stay after for tutoring. Because I know some people are kind of lost. I could just tell. I'm not going to call anybody out. But if you need help, get help early. Okay, I stay after on Mondays. I also have a lunch by appointment. All right, so go ahead and start copying this down. Normally, I would have this printed out for you to glue down, but I didn't get a chance to do that. But that's okay because I'm going to start passing out books. So as I call your name, come up, grab a book out the chair, and I need to see that book so I can write down the number. Junior, Momina, Nancy, and Charlene. Grab a book.
You gotta bring this to class every day?
No, so this book, you want to take it home. It's for homework only. Open it up to the front cover. What's the number after the word math?
1242.
1242?
Yeah.
Okay.
193.
193.
278.
278.
1360.
1360. All right. Lucy, Aisha, Omer, Jasmine. Just grab a book out the chair and bring it up here, please. And Mercedes, open it up. What's the numbers after the word math?
13,
13, 14,
1360.
13, 16,
261.
261.
Here?
Yeah,
240.
240. All right, Mercedes, Francia, Kaya, Sajdi. Wait, Sajdia. Okay, Mercedes,
136.
136. It's the first book. It's right there. Just open in the first cover, the front cover.
215.
215, Sajdia.
214.
214, and you are
Kaya. 1357.
1357. All right, Kimberly, Hay, Corbin, Noel, Kanaya. Just open it up. So there should be right here. What's the numbers after the word math? 1347. Okay. Numbers after the word math.
227.
227.
143.
143. 139.
219.
219. All right, Kylie, Joseph, Adrian. And did I miss anybody? Oh yeah, you can come up. Sorry, I gotta write your name down. All right, Kylie. 242.
I tried.
Yeah, grab a book, please. Joseph. That's after the word math.
275.
275.
228.
228. And then, can you remind me? Wait, never mind. Delina.
What's it?
It's right there. It's at the bottom. After the word math.
Oh.
231.
221.
Okay, thank you. All right. So this book is for your homework. You don't need to bring it every day. So, all right. So discriminant tests. So what we're going to talk about now is just the beginning part of the quadratic formula, which is this. This will tell you how many solutions we're looking for. If you get a number that is positive, that tells me that I have two solutions. See how I drew a parabola that crossed the x-axis twice? Two solutions. If I get a number that is negative, that means that my parabola does not touch the x-axis. It does not touch it. And if I get the number 0, that means that it touches it, but it doesn't go through it. It looks like it's sitting on top of the parabola. So in your notes, we finished factoring. You might want to draw a line in your notes. We're starting the quadratic formula, because remember we said there was 3 ways to solve a quadratic. Factor, quadratic formula, complete the square. Okay. So we got these 3 questions. This first one, I don't know why it's got kind of cut off, but I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it here. So I'm going to give you a minute. You don't need a lot of space, because the only thing we're going to do with these 3 questions is the discriminant test. So in the homework, there's some questions where it says, find the discriminant. That means you don't have to do the whole thing. You only have to find the discriminant. That's it. So we're going to do 2x squared minus 4x plus 2. And remember, the discriminant is simply b squared minus 4ac. That's all we're going to do. We're not doing the whole quadratic formula. We have to make sure it's set equal to 0, and all of these are set equal to 0. So for the first one, we have A, B, and C. So A, B, C. So I cannot stress to you the importance of, this is the most common mistake. I'm just going to write this. What is wrong with the way I did that? Why can't I type it in the calculator like that? No, that's not it. What do I need? What do I need to put in that? Something is missing. Parentheses. You have to put this in parentheses when you type it in the calculator. So go ahead and type that in exactly the way it is written on the screen. If you don't have a calculator, you need a calculator. Are there any empty calculators? That's what a calculator on.
Is that an example or is that the actual?
That's the actual question. Oh, thank you.
Oh, so you're my phone, sure.
You need a calculator too?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, yep, you're going to type it in just like that. B squared minus 4AC. And I don't care what you get. The only thing I need to know is, do you get a positive number, a negative number, or 0? So what did you get for that first one? So because my discriminant is 0, what does that mean? How many answers do I have? One real solution. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking you what that solution is. I just want to know how many we have. That's it. Let's look at number 2. A, B, C. So you're going to type in -9 squared minus 4 times A times C. Go ahead, type that in.
The square is not included in the parentheses.
Nope, it has to be on the outside. So Junior, what'd you get? Negative. Who got a negative number? So that's all I care about. Is it a positive, a negative, or 0? So he got a negative number. So because your discriminant is negative, what does that mean? Yeah, we have 2 imaginary. Good. This parabola is not going to touch the x-axis. All right, go ahead and do the last one. A, B, C. B squared minus 4 AC. Go ahead, type that in. All right, who got a negative number? Who got a positive number? Who got 0? It's positive. So discriminant is positive, which means what?
2 real solutions.
2 real solutions.
When it says like real and imaginary, what does it really mean?
So imaginary, I don't know if you, have you done, well, I think in Algebra 2, you talk about I. That means that the equation, the solution has an I in there. And we're actually going to look at that in the next 2 questions. So we only got 2 more and then we're done for today. So let's go ahead. We're going to do the whole thing. So let's focus on A, and if we don't have enough time, we won't do B. So we're going to do the entire quadratic formula now. But you're still going to start with the discriminant. So now we're going to solve using the quadratic formula. We're going to do the whole quadratic formula. I do not think we give you the formula on the quiz. So you need to memorize. I think that's one of the biggest changes if you're coming from integrated, is that we don't give you a lot of the formulas in pre-calc. I don't remember. I might be wrong. I'll look at it and tell you tomorrow. But I don't think we give it to you because we expect you to know it. Okay? Right. Yes. All right. So we're still going to start with a discriminant. I'm still going to start with my discriminant. Oh. I didn't even, thank you. I didn't even hear anybody. Hi. Oh, how you doing? Thank you. Okay, so you're still going to start with the discriminant. So we're going to do our A, B, and C. So we got A, B, C. So let's go ahead and figure out what we get. You should get 8. Who got 8? So remember that 8 is under the square root. So now we're going to simplify it. So 8 can be broken apart to 4 times 2. which becomes 2 root 2. So this is how you're going to show your discriminant. If there's a perfect square, you have to take it out. So now we're going to finish it out. So just like Joseph said, the formula says opposite of B. So if B is negative 4, can someone tell me what the opposite of negative 4 would be? Positive 4. So I have positive 4 plus and minus 2 root 2 all over. Make sure your fraction bar goes all the way across. And it's all over 2 times A, which is 2 times 1, which is 2. That is how the answer should look. Now, if you were to do that on the test, I would be so happy. I'd be like, oh, wow, they did so great. But I would still take off a half a point. Just a half, though. Does anybody know why I would take off just a half a point? Simplify, yes.
So what you do is, you get the answer 8, and then you just simplify in the square root.
Yes. So when I say simplify, I'm looking at only those 3 numbers. What can I divide into these 3 that I highlighted in green? 2. Let's divide all those by 2. So this is the answer I'm looking for on the test to get full credit. You can write it like that. You can put the 1 here and here, but you don't have to do that because it's unnecessary. This is the answer I'm looking for to get full credit. All right, we'll end there. Good work.